We welcome all of you back to Louisville, Kentucky. It's about an hour and a half from here to Lexington, home of the Kentucky Wildcats. They take on the Iowa State Cyclones. And the winner of this game will advance to the South region in Atlanta next weekend. Good evening, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Bill Raftery. Leslie Visser will be along in a moment. And this is the top-seeded team in the country, the Kentucky Wildcats. Boy, they've got some dazzling talent, and Anthony Davis is the big one.
They're great defensively. Of course, when you have the stopper in the back, it really helps your defense. Just get there, that song, there's no mountain high enough. There's no pass high enough. He dominates with the blocks. When they penetrate, he takes care of business. Just throw it up there. He'll catch it and finish. Send it in, big fella.
The unquestioned star of the Iowa State Cyclone team, Royce White. He transferred in from Minnesota. He dazzled us the other night.
It's just amazing. You know, you think about his passing and getting his teammates involved. He can also attack the rim. He's got an outstanding amount of speed to get by people. It's deceptive. He can create for others and can finish for himself. They'll be going after him all night long. He's got to have a big game for Iowa State.
Cyclones and Wildcats will return with the starting lineups and the tip right after this.
Coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament is sponsored by Sears, Mass Effect 3, and by Chevrolet.
Coach of the Iowa State Cyclones is an alumnus, Fred Hoiberg, in his second season. And his starting lineup will include Chris Allen, Scott Christopherson, Chris Babb, Melvin Edgin, and Royce White. The Kentucky Wildcats, Marcus Teague, Deron Lamb, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Terrence Jones, and Anthony Davis. And in his third year as the head coach of the University of Kentucky, John Calipari, 97-14. Just a footnote, that's after 111 games. When Adolph Rupp had coached 111 games, his record was 97-14.
Now the Baron was it, and now John is taking over.
The officiating crew for this South Region encounter, Jamie Lucky, Sean Corbin, and Jerry Pollard. Anthony Davis. 7 blocks the other night. Terrence Jones had a sensational game alongside Davis, and well, they all played well. And the thing, Bill, about this Kentucky team is they spread the wealth.
They are a team personified by their terrific basketball, and what an atmosphere, Vern. Hold on.
Well, I don't know that you would ever say that Kentucky has a home game on the court of the Louisville Cardinals, but this is as close as you'll get.
And right now, Vern Lundquist, Kentucky go. And they're going to stay right up on Royce White. Not let him on the top of the key. And he's posting that they will put a lot of different guys on him. First is Jones.
Terrence Jones has White. Backs in. Up and under and off the block. Wow.
Well, we saw practice yesterday, and they're going to try and stay on each guy and not help. So the big thing is penetration. See if they can do some damage. And, of course, the post-up.
Marcus Teague. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. Now Anthony Davis at the perimeter.
When they come with the double from the top, they leave Teague alone. Christopherson, the help.
Shot clock nearing 10. Jones. Guarded by Edgin. Jumper Teague. Royce White with the rebound for the Cyclones.
You got to keep your eyes open if you're a Cyclone. This guy just finds people.
There's the first turnover of the ball game. Chris Allen couldn't handle the post feed. Anthony Davis thinks about it. That shot will no doubt come later in his life.
Yeah, White occasionally will get a little sloppy with the basketball. Around 3 turnovers a game. There's that flex cut they like to run to get the powers to the box.
Teague.
2 clean looks for him. Good sign. He's really stepped up his game. Valuing the ball, making good decisions.
Averaging 9.5. No starter for Kentucky. Averages more than 14. But they're all right around 10, 12 points. Here's White again. Allen. Kid Gilchrist gets this rebound.
And that's the first time they doubled after he had an easy trip earlier.
Jones.
His wingspan, Al used to say, aircraft carrier, he is. When he could spread those babies out, collect big time.
Christopherson, Edgem.
Nice.
That's blocked by Terrence Jones.
If they go at Davis, they want to attack his body. That's what Fred Hoiberg said.
That one deflected by Terrence Jones. It'll go as a block. Here's Teague alley-oop.
The ability of this team to take advantage of mistakes is sensational. John Calipari wants to let them loose. Rebound run, turnover run. Have them cough it up and make a mistake. And you just see defensively not getting back in the right position, not recognizing Babb should have run to the rim and taken the legs out. They just make you pay dearly.
And out of the timeout called by Iowa State. Here's Scott Christopherson. That's kicked.
And Jones
all the way into the stands.
And
that went 8 rows up.
It's a good thing Kentucky's ahead. They would have returned it, maybe.
Yeah.
But how
guy
about
would have turned and escaped the building.
How about Jones' defense thus far? It's really been great denying White.
Edgem for 3 over Davis. Davis altered the shot. Teague, quick. 2 more.
This is a very important trip right now, psychologically, for this team. Usually White will find somebody if they cut and move, but they want to keep him on one-on-one. Whoa, how about that? Chris Allen, just on a pretty face with jump shots. A little toughness.
And that was Anthony Davis at the rim, by the way. Here's Davis.
What can he do?
Royce White. Foul underneath. It's going to be called on Deron Lamb.
The ability to keep moving is very important, I think. Give White the ball outside. In the low post, I don't think he can be as creative because everybody is staying home. But how about that attack at the rim? And the big fella, we've seen the sky hook, and now the stroke. Goodness, what a talent.
Well, Darius Miller, the senior, enters the game. Deron Lamb will take a seat on the Kentucky bench. Edgem back to Christopherson. They have 4 players, Iowa State. There's Royce White.
How about that rearrangement in the air? And Kentucky is running people off the 3-point line. You should be able to get penetration and floaters.
Great adjustment by Royce White at the rim. And it's a 5-point Kentucky lead. Darius Miller, number 1. Terrence Jones. Marcus Teague, front rim.
They're picking their poison. They're letting the deep shot go for Teague. Well, this team 14 times 10 or more threes. Nice play again by White. How about that? They're going to give him the goal?
No indication yet that they are. There's a conference. Yes.
Ooh, I thought that was... Wow. contact early, but they counted. They needed it badly. Their roles, Royce, and anytime he gets to the lane, he usually converts.
Vernon Raft.
Yeah, Christian Watford, that's not a popular name here in Kentucky. Hit the game winner in the first loss of the year for Kentucky as Indiana won that. And, of course, then they lost to Vandy in the SEC championship.
There's only one name that they're not happy with.
Leitner.
Yeah, Christian.
Oh, it's been unbelievable here in Louisville. There's the high arching shot. Now he's a 49% free throw shooter. He made 3 of 4 the other night, however, did Royce White. Just to complete the thought, they've played numerous highlights from the Duke Kentucky game of 20 years ago, and every time Leitner's visage comes up, the place goes nuts with booze.
They're not happy with him at all.
A turnover. Here's White. Plays all over the court. Jumper, Allen, no. Allen is one of the 4 people on the floor for Iowa State.
And a nice job by McGee just into the game with those quick hands. Fred Hoiberg's team plays so nicely. A lot of passing, cutting. They're very unselfish. And it starts with Royce. I mean, he just makes plays, makes people conscious. Nice screen. Easy. Gilchrist laying the wood to free the big fella.
Anthony Davis 3 of 3, 6 points. And Kentucky by 4.
This is still playing. They'll give 2s, they won't give 3s. Pretty good spin. Quickness. I asked Fred Hoiberg, how about his speed? He said he's the 3rd quickest guy on the team in their timings. Just extraordinary explosivity around the rim.
Deron Lamb off the back rim tip. Anthony Booker has it for Iowa State. And a chance to tie or take the lead. Up and under, Chris Allen. Rebound, Anthony Davis.
Much better balance.
Darius Miller off the feed from Lamb. Here's Davis.
They haven't done their dribble handoff series yet. They've run their flex cut.
Whoops. Hell ball, possession arrow favors Kentucky.
I talked about Kentucky's defense on the open, but right now some toughness displayed by Iowa State, really getting after it, containing their own people, getting real good angles in denial as well. Remember the love-in yesterday?
It's after practice with Kentucky, and unlike many coaches, John Calipari was kind of smothering him with love yesterday.
And then he asked Lamb to a nice kick out. He can make that. Of course, it was late. Nicely done.
Darius Miller, no putback, no. Teague back, spot up, Miller 3.
What a find on the kick out. Pretty unselfish. A lot of talent, but they play together.
That is the 50th made 3 for Darius Miller this season.
But Lamb hugging Jones, he didn't give a good enough hug. They made him caress.
Yeah, that's right.
It was pretty funny. That's the shot that they've been trying to get. That floater, empty.
End to end. Rebound, White. 5-point Kentucky lead. Here's White again. Underhanded dish. Christopherson.
Nice play.
Beautiful feed. And the block is made by Darius Miller.
At the end, I think Booker got him a little frustrated, but that's the sleight of hand that Royce White has. Dribble handoff. Little problem with the defensive maneuvering. And this is the end of a great pass by White. Very unselfish. And really an easy call, maybe a little frustration.
Percy Gibson is on for Iowa State now, and Edgem comes back. And let's check. We've got Kyle Wiltshire, the freshman out of Portland, Oregon, has the ball in his hands right now. Here's Davis. Davis is 3 of 17 from three-point range this year.
You better get out on him. You can just see the size differential there. McGee unable to challenge that jumper by Miller.
Vanderbilt, Wisconsin, nearing the conclusion of their encounter. You can see the finish on TNT.
Look at the show, and they don't recover. They didn't recover.
Edgem missed it.
That's Davis. Just thinking about him. He can measure.
22-11. If the last basket counts, they're checking now to see if it was a 3 or a 2. Here's Wiltshire.
Yeah, it looks like he's well behind it. And that's all set up by Davis. Intimidation at the other end. They get a run out, an easy layup, and I think that's an easy call for the officials. He is some talented deep shooter. And John Calipari telling both of us yesterday, his post-up moves, he hasn't even been able to show, and he thinks they're extraordinary.
Kentucky, we talked a moment ago about how selfish they are.
And they are a team that gives it up 7 assists on 9 field goals, and that's the one they're looking back at. It was a 2.
Oh, it was not Wiltshire's, it was
Miller, yeah.
Prior to that.
Nice little pin down.
So the question is Darius Miller's 3.
I believe he's on the line there. Great detection. I think that's an easy one, don't you?
I do too. I think they'll. They called it a 3. They've reversed it. No, they have not reversed it. We think they will.
Well, what an outstanding start when you think of the passing of Kentucky and the outstanding defense, the intimidation. There's still, come on, guys. Going to change it now, or keep it get it to a 2.
Well, Tyrus McGee, number 25, his head got in the way of the view from behind the camera. And they have changed it to a 2. That's a correct call, I think. So make it a 21-11 lead with 11:27 to go.
You know, Vern, with all this talent and recruiting ability of John Calipari, what's lost is how well they perform. I mean, he does a heck of a job on both ends of the floor. This is a tough match now for Davis, I think. But he held his ground. John said we're going to run multiple people after him. And Wiltshire, John's doing a record on the sideline.
That was ruled Iowa State's ball. Time call.
Greg Gumbel in New York with a tournament update for you on TNT in Albuquerque. Wisconsin and Vanderbilt going back and forth. Jordan Taylor for 3. Game high 14, 59-57 Wisconsin. About a minute to play in regulation. Vernon Raft.
Boy, that's an interesting contrast in those two teams, isn't it? Wisconsin and Vanderbilt.
It sure is.
Right here, a 10-point lead. Iowa State relies on the 3. They make 8.8 per game. They're 0 for 3 so far.
And that's the philosophy. You run them off the line and make them beat you with a 2. And now the match back with Jones on White.
Christopherson, look at Miller go up for the rebound. Here's Teague.
Well, 1 and done, 2 on the glass. Got to stop the ball. Wow. Defensive breakdowns. We saw Jones sneak behind the pack earlier in the game, and that time just running away from the dribbler. Jones really conscientious playing White, isn't he?
Yeah. They had Davis on him out of the last timeout, but now it's back to Jones.
Well, they are just solid on this end of the floor. Causing miscues and miscommunication. And your favorite guy coming in, Bernie. Boo-boo. Just like saying it.
Boo-boo Paulo. Paulo, I beg your pardon. Mentioned the other night that his father is a professor of science department at Iowa State.
Nice play by White. Got his hand in there to get the jump ball, their possession.
Now, how about the three-point shooting for Kentucky so far?
Yeah, not running them off the line. A little downstream. They haven't done the dribble handoff series, but pretty accurate. That kid's going to have some career, I think. He'll get a lot more minutes next year.
Wilshire, tough. Here's Paulo, number 1. Royce White, Edgem is out there. Chris Allen, pump fake. Boy, Darius Miller's all over him.
What a tough shot that one. That was a big-time delivery. Bouncing, step-back jack.
Chris Allen, familiar name. This is his 16th NCAA tournament. He played at Michigan State, went to 2 Final Fours with them. One of several transfers on this Iowa State team. Here's Teague again, off the mark.
Allen's been in as many as we've announced.
From the corner. Floater. Got it.
Well, they really make you kick and settle and drive at them, and that's about the best you can do. You're not getting anything around the rim, I don't think.
Here's Davis. Royce White defending.
Nice hands, doesn't he? And this may be the hook. Bounces a nice double.
Double team.
Oh, they got a foul. Wow, I don't know who this is on. They give it on White with the Valley, but if you're going to do anything, you're going to have to make some tough shots. And right here, the defense, Miller really rides the guy out, forces him into a tough shot. You just shake your head on that particular one. But this one, little cradle job, soft. No boo-boo there.
I knew you'd have something. I just didn't know what form it would take.
What a delight these 2 games have been, huh? The first one was sensational. This one off to a really good start.
Land from the corner.
That was a mistake. You don't leave him alone. Boo-boo.
Back to an 11-point margin. 8:50 to go first half.
There you go.
Oh, Wilshire went down hard.
He did. He felt his back right away, too.
Really hard.
I think he was just stunned. Pretty good reaction defensively. Right here, you can see him trying to help his teammate. That's what this Kentucky team's all about. And they can have nights where their offense may be not percolating. Good, just those elbows as well.
Yeah.
Kenny Payne there. Orlando Antigua, the assistant. So Kenny out in front of the hotel. Everybody in Louisville knows him. Former player here, great one. He's holding that back, too.
You bet he is. Get live tournament coverage, scores, and stats on your mobile device with the free app from CBS Sports. To download, text CBS to 42777.
Remember John Calipari telling us he was looking at some tape of Iowa State. He shut it off. He was so afraid. You know, some of their great wins, Kansas and Baylor at home. Some good road wins as well at K-State, Oklahoma, Texas Tech. He said they're pretty good. A little zone look or no? No, still man. They camouflage it a little bit.
2 seconds remaining in Albuquerque. Vandy trailing Wisconsin by 3. That's on TNT.
Nice hands. Didn't come up with it.
10 on the shot clock. Davis.
Nice check out. Got the edge on that one. That's what that is. He's pretty confident with that dribble, isn't he? Keeps it alive. He's a playmaker.
Well, he's called a point forward, but you could call him a point guard or a point center.
Yeah, nice little drive there. Christopherson. If they can get Davis out of there, that's what teams trying to do. Get him out. Get him involved in ball screen action, and then get your blow by going.
Back to Davis.
That's that little series they like to run. Give it back to him.
Kent Gilchrist misfires. Paulo, and Wisconsin has won, so they advance, knocking Vandy out of the NCAA tournament here in 2012. 26-19 with 7:10 to go in the first half here. Now Kent Gilchrist puts a body on Royce White.
And what a nice play. What happened was Davis stayed under the rim in case White made that little maneuver. John Calipari not happy, but solid. The kick out and the ability to convert. Back in it right now.
How good a job does Bo Ryan do every year?
It's just incredible.
It is really something.
Some solid play by them. And how about right here? I just love the attention to detail here. They just understand where to go and get free because White's being doubled in a sense, even though it's a slough off by the big fella there. He just can't get out, Anthony, quick enough. Well done.
11-3, Iowa State run now. And they've carved into the margin. It's now at 4.
A little matchup going on right now.
Miller in and out. Chris Allen can't control the rebound. And it's still Kentucky's ball with 6:34 to go.
It's still a matchup. A lot of camouflage. Some man-to-man principles. Nice play.
And that's Royce White again. Paulo has it. Allen now.
Great recovery, wasn't it, by White? You got to throw that really high for these Kentucky kids. They can go get it. Nice switch.
That one barely brushed the rim, but Iowa State got it back.
Well, they got reset.
Time has been called.
Coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is sponsored by E-Trade, Lowe's, and by Best Buy.
We welcome all of you back to Louisville. Time now to check in with Leslie Visser.
Hey, Vern. Fred Hoiberg told me of the valuable lessons he learned from his years in the NBA, offensive sets from Flip Saunders, motivation from Larry Bird. But he said in his 10 years, one of the teammates he enjoyed the most was our own Greg Anthony. He said, Greg is smart, Greg is fun, and he added, man, that guy can talk.
Amen. And he can do commercials.
Yes, I've seen a little bit of him outside of the studio here in the last
I'll tell you, Greg was some player, too, as a college performer. Great defender, ran the show for Tark.
Well, they won the national championship in 1990.
This is tough to handle.
White over Jones. Davis with a rebound. Teague. Now Fred Hoiberg, of course, associated so closely with his alma mater, Iowa State. Here we go, right. Davis. Darius Miller, jumper.
Is he a good offensive player? Whoa. Very efficient on a pin down, a pull-up jumper off the bounce. Wow.
Royce White leaves it for Christopherson. Traveled. Well, we mentioned the association. Fred Hoiberg grew up in Ames, and he was a ball boy in 1984, 85, and 86. Later, of course, became a great player for the Cyclones. A guard from 91 to 95 at 6'4". And then, of course, now in his second year as a head coach after that 10-year playing career in the NBA. He also, by the way, was an all-state quarterback and turned down a football scholarship from Nebraska.
Well, you would have known him sooner than if he were in football. What a class act, too, and he's really put a lot of dignity to this program. As he played for a great guy, too. Johnny Orr. Here's Miller. Nice pass.
Fine defense from Royce White.
I think underneath, I think it's Boo Paulo. But swarming. He doesn't say much to the refs either. He just does his job. And that's a great cut. And unfortunately, Gilchrist unable to convert, but the big guy, he just gathers everything. Don't leave anything on the table.
I'm going to leave you to say that it is a boo-boo by boo-boo.
One and done.
See real stories of human achievement featured on the Buick Human Highlight Reel at ncaa.com/Buick.
Vern, how about Anthony telling both of us yesterday about his playing days in high school?
When he played for a charter school in Chicago, he was a 6'2" guard as a junior. They won. Now think about the talent that this young man brings to the floor. They won 6 games his junior year, and they came back and won 6 games his senior year. By then, he'd grown to 6'10". As a junior, the only school that had really exhibited interest was Cleveland State.
What a mistake a lot of people made. And of course, he went back to visit his school. None of his teammates ended up in college. Now, he's got the assignment with White.
Really great to see Kyle Wilcher back on the floor.
Absolutely.
So apparently that's obviously not a serious injury when he fell hard.
Wilcher, I believe, and Miller that time. They are rotating people. Miller on White. That trip.
Percy Gibson is going to go to the free throw line.
Looks to power to the goal, this guy.
One more. Davis and Wilcher will switch positions.
You know, with the limited bench that John Calipari has or uses, he does an amazing job rotating guys. Keeping them out of foul problems and fresh. And here's that little camouflage start, and they are matching up.
Well, they really only go too deep on the bench. Here's Miller again.
Oh, what a foul there.
A little hip check, I think, underneath.
Hip check and a beauty.
Yeah, it was. All he missed was the kick save.
He's got his hands in there. He competes, this little guy. And Miller's had some awfully good looks and converted most of them.
And that is the second foul on Boo-Boo Paulo.
Yeah, that little checkout was a Tavern League discard, by the way. Well, you can't jump anymore. Throw that hip in there.
You sound like you're familiar with it.
I think most of us are. Nice.
Whoa, he lost it. Paulo picks it up. He's got man. Allen for 3.
A nice run to the three-point line. That's what they got to do. They're going to push if they get the opportunity, but they don't want to go up and down with the Wildcats.
3.5 to go first half. Wilcher. Guarded by Gibson.
When they run the guard, they got to walk because of the double being anticipated.
5 turnovers, Kentucky.
Time remaining, coming up on 13 to play in the second half, Vern.
All right, Greg. Well, we have become familiar, have we not?
We have.
With Virginia Commonwealth, and you're getting to know Jay Crowder really well, too. He led Marquette to a victory over Murray State. Now backstage or outside the arena, getting a few hugs and taking a few pictures and signing a few autographs.
So the people should know that's the problem we have going through the lobby. You get all that attention, pictures, and minus the hug. I can see that coming.
Oh, yeah.
Nice little post up right out of the gate. What a tough shot that turned out to. A little revenge for Gibson.
Percy Gibson gets it over Anthony Davis. And Iowa State looked like they were going to get blown out in the first 3 minutes. It was 9-2, and they have played on an even keel since then. Anthony Davis, how about what he's done so far?
Well, his impact is incredible. We always think of the defensive end, but he really understands how to do the job, creating space for himself, becoming available for his teammates, and can finish around that rim. Explosive, lean, and he's got some toughness. Nice little curl.
Well, John Calipari yesterday couldn't say enough kind words about Anthony Davis and his family. From Chicago, they're the Cats.
That's why he says kind words.
Yeah, that's right.
And who wouldn't? Who loves you?
Well, his mom and dad have been to every Kentucky home game this year. They make the drive down from Chicago. Davis's third assist.
Stockerson gets in the lane again. Those are the ones you got to make without Davis around you.
Teague. Terrence Jones.
John Robick, the assistant coach, was mentioning Anthony's parents what a great impact they've had on his life, and just raised a terrific youngster.
Teague. Davis.
I love how he rebounds and comes out. Now he screens and gets the open look for his teammate back.
Iowa State counts on threes. They're now 1 of 8. It's so much a part of their offensive arsenal. And when they're not hitting, they can get in trouble in a hurry. Now they have hung close, but they need the threes to start falling.
Well, you knew John yesterday. He didn't get up early in the morning to let them make threes.
Teague, 1:25 to go first half. 5 on the shot clock.
Wow. Just a little give by Gibson there. He shouldn't have left. He had the size right on the foul line. Too easy. Oh, my goodness.
Turnover, 2 on 1, 3, 4 on 1. And the margin has grown to 10 with 46 to go.
And that's Davis again. I was going to say they need 2 good trips. What an impact that kid has on the game, doesn't he, Davis?
Coming up on AT&T at the half, beg your pardon, scores and highlights. And the latest tournament news, that's all coming up on AT&T at the half. We'll go back to Greg Gumbel in the game.
Boy, just get in that open area. Such an intelligent approach to the game. Able to take that hit. Didn't make it, but just so aware on the offensive end as well.
Anthony Davis goes to the free throw line.
When you think of it, he didn't have to go through the grueling recruiting process, did he? You know, just he got better late.
How about the growth spurt between his junior and senior years in high school? Well, his family, as we mentioned, is here. On the left, that's his twin sister, Antoinette.
Yeah, the folks getting a round of applause in the building, too.
Yep.
They can be explosive and blow you out quickly.
And his mom and dad. And all of a sudden, it's a 12-point lead, and White on Jones.
I like the aggressive play, though, don't you? Royce White going at the 2 bigs and undeterred, determined, and hard-nosed. A nice job here by Jones, really trying to stretch the legs. And remember the drill they did yesterday on the sideline where they stretched their legs? And John did that. Why do you think we did this? He said to the team all year long, for games like this where we have to keep people in front of us. And they better be alert now, too. This is a push situation. Keep everybody in front of you. Try and get Teague to go backwards towards the baseline.
1 of 2, and a substitution now. Anthony Booker replaces White.
This is dangerous. They're going to let them pass it all the way to half court. Too much time to do that.
A miss at the buzzer for Darius Miller. But Kentucky ends the half on an 8-1 run, and they will have a double-digit lead going into the locker room. Let's go to Leslie Visser, who's with John Calipari.
Thanks, Vern. John, of course, you almost recruited Royce White. He had 9 of Murray State's first 11 points, just 1 free throw at the end. What are you trying, or what are you able to do to him?
He's a hard one to guard. I mean, he's good with the ball. He's a point guard with a linebacker physique. We're trying to give him some space. We're trying to make it hard on him, but he's going to get points.
What about you? You average only 5 made threes a game. You already have 4. Do you see some?
That's only because we get dunks and layups. But we shoot the ball 38% from the 3. We're a good 3-point shooting team. But why would you take him if you can get to the rim and lobs and dunks and all those layups? That's what I like.
Absolutely. Thanks, John. Vern?
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does. That's why he wins.
Helps to have talent for all those lobs and dunks, too. End of the half, Kentucky leading by 11. We'll send you to AT&T at the half after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
Coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament is sponsored by Infinity, Coca-Cola Zero, Northwestern Mutual, and by Degree.
Halftime in Louisville, Kentucky leads at 38-27. Just a moment ago, Leslie Visser had a chance to chat with Iowa State coach Fred Hoiberg.
Coach, you hit 1 3-pointer in the first half. That is not your game. What do you have to do?
We need to have better movement. I thought we came down and stood around a lot. We didn't get the ball moved from side to side to shift their defense. We got to get out and run better as well, try to get some shots in transition. We're allowing them to guard us in the half court, and they're as good as any team in the country when they're allowed to do that.
Yeah, sometimes we'll forget that. Thanks a lot, Coach. Vern?
Leslie, thank you. Well, I think a bit of a surprise to Kentucky fans is the first half effort by Marcus Teague.
It's amazing. There's so many people that can hurt you. They step up and they're unselfish. They're so well coached and giving of the ball to one another. And Teague early on had some drives, had some step outs, nice understanding of when to dive to the tin on doubles. But they need more of this right now. Royce White's got to dominate, do some things, nice spin out. It's tough with Davis moving, but maybe he can get a kick out pass as we check out the numbers.
Well, Royce White with 10 points on 4 of 5 shooting, but no 3-point shots to speak of for Iowa State. And Kentucky with 13 points. Here's something interesting. Anthony Davis, 164 blocks for the year. This is only the 3rd time all season he's been held without a block in the first half of the game.
I'll bet you dinner he gets one this time. You get the beverage, I'll pay for dinner.
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
They need a good start now, Iowa State. They got to be solid on the defensive end and maybe some easier baskets, some runouts.
Cage floater. Royce White goes back.
They give it to White, too.
Wow.
Oh, he hurt his arm on the rim, I think, didn't he?
That's his second.
His elbow on that particular play. This is their ball screen and roll, and you can just see, I don't know what he hurt there. I thought that should have been just a play on.
I did not see a foul there.
Yeah, that's just a play on it.
Jones, pull up. It's Royce White with a rebound.
Look at the speed of this kid. He beat the 2 bigs, and I think Davis is looking to come out. He might be hurt.
Timeout called Kentucky. Reminder Reminder, the VCU and Indiana are playing their game over on TBS with a couple of minutes to go. VCU, remarkable run last year, leads the Hoosiers by 5. That game on Indiana, the winner of that one will take on the winner of this one in Atlanta on Friday. And right now it's a 38-29 game. That last basket by Royce White was his first since just under 14 minutes to go in the first half.
And that elbow by Davis apparently had hit Royce White in the head. That's what hurt him. Good defense again.
Kid Gilchrist, and that is tipped up. Watch this last play by.
This is when they're at their best and his best. Rebound and bring it up. And look at the traffic able to protect that basketball with two guys who can scoop and yet finish at the rim strong.
Here's Jones.
Nice duck in and a cut.
Oh, my goodness. Here comes White.
Once again, the ability to bring it wire to wire. They do some nice things, don't they? Lobbing to the rim and generally able to finish. That time, Jones thought it a little bit off balance. And he's getting the hook for that.
And Deron Lamb is coming back on the floor now for Kentucky. Oh, he got a lot of love in practice yesterday. And
one more hugging. No hugging
this time. Calipari had something to say about non-complimentary nature, and that basket counts.
Just great hustle and the ability to turn it to the rim.
And one for Chris Allen.
These are the things they have to come up with. This loose stuff, make sure that they accomplish the trip, garner it, and finish. That is terrific and a great use of the offhand.
82% free throw shooter for the season. Chris Allen completes the three-point play and a quick start for Iowa State coming out of the chute here in the second half. Teague 6 of 9 in the first half. Here's Davis.
A nice play. Pushed him off the block.
Stole the ball, and here he comes again.
John Calipari upset on the scrape down to the box area, but Royce turns to the fans, and why not? He deserves the accolades. All set up by great defense. Royce to the 10. Send it in with that motor.
All right, lip readers, take a look at Royce White. I'm the best player. And he's looking right at the Iowa State Cyclone fans, small in number though they be. And he is a remarkable basketball player.
I've heard you say that about your announcing. How about him? Cocksure. And they have made a nice comeback. Nice pin in the lane. That's one of their favorite plays.
Jones is back. He's guarded by Edgem. Deron Lamb, are they going to a zone here? No.
It's that match that they have, yeah. And, you know, it's interesting with John Calipari. He gets after guys when he takes them out, but he doesn't leave them out. Gets the message across, and not afraid, no matter how good you are, they'll let you know.
Lamb from the corner.
Big goal. Big shot after the timeout.
41-34.
Well, get it to their best player. Self-proclaimed.
That's all right. Unanimously acknowledged.
It's like Joe Damon. Why not?
Royce White's going to have a chance for a three-point play.
Just outstanding. Of course, the ball moving here and the step out, everybody concentrated, and then the post up at the other end. We've seen him beat you out, beat you with the dribble, beat you with the rebound, fast break. And good footwork around the 10.
Well known that Royce White has an anxiety disorder for which he takes medication. He's become a spokesperson for that mental illness, and he hits the free throw. That's not his strength. And we'll develop that story a little bit more, but it's something he deals with every day. And it has consequences of an unexpected nature at times. There's a foul underneath. Little hit.
I think Chris Allen on that one.
And so Teague goes to the line. Shoots 2. Watch every 2012 March Madness game live on your computer, iPad, iPhone, or select Android phones. With NCAA March Madness Live, visit ncaa.com/March Madness for more information.
And look at that rebound. Tough.
Look at that rebound.
Here he goes.
Equally tough.
This is his game.
Christopherson. Yes!
The push and the open opportunity because of the skill level.
I must tell you, as Iowa State came out of the locker room at halftime, Bill looked at me and said, you know, they really need a quick start. Here in the second half.
They got it.
A 13-4 run. Here's Teague. Davis inside the arc. Rebound, Christopherson. A chance to tie or take the lead.
And right now, Fred's saying, pick up the pace a little bit. Without him at the rim, you can get there. The blow-by. The Marquette transfer. Was in the NCAA, did not play when he was a freshman at Marquette, but enjoying it right now.
Decided to transfer when Tom Crean took the Indiana job. Leo Notch at 44.
Seal the baseline. You got to help out top. Just move those puppies. Edge them. Single double and a hole down the baseline on the good shooting Chris Allen.
And will return right after this. Indiana Hoosiers come from behind and they knock off VCU to advance to the Sweet 16, where they await the winner of this game. Our score, Kentucky leading it now after Iowa State charged 13-4 out of the gate. And let's take a look at the Infinity Coaches Spotlight. Here's the head coach of the Kentucky Wildcats, 95-96, lost in the Final Four at UMass. Lost in the Final Four at Memphis twice, once in the finals, and lost in the Elite Eight at Kentucky. But 33-2 this season, of course. One of the 2 defeats came at the hands of the Indiana Hoosiers and Tom Crean. 63-62, if I remember.
Yep.
Christian Watford hit the game winner.
And right now they are getting a load from this team. And Iowa State, look at the lock. Oh, nice set play out of the timeout.
And Christopherson airballed it from 3 feet.
A little discard. And Jones really plugged to get that ball. Gilchrist back on the floor. He's been pretty quiet. I wonder if they're going to run a little flex action to get him involved on that baseline.
Now Teague will inbound. Davis, Jones, Darius Miller's out there along with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Who's the curl play where they pin a guy and then go to the rim. Little exchange, turn the corner or go to the rim.
Shot clock at 12.
Well, they are well prepared for this team.
Shot clock at 5. Darius Miller, pull-up jumper.
He's tough. He is tough, Vern.
That was some shot.
Big shot. He likes to provide the lift. They go single. And they pay for it.
Bam. Not this one.
That's exactly what Iowa State wants. They get their threes going. you need something big, you got Miller drilling. The big fella looming. Strong at the rim.
Well, they wipe up some perspiration here. A lot of folks sweating. And that includes the Kentucky fans, I think, with this Iowa State start of the second half.
Yeah, they should be. Allen over 5 on threes. That was an ideal play where they induced the double and then the open opportunity deep.
Christopherson, Melvin Edgem in the backcourt. Chris Allen, Royce White, and Paulo. Allen back outside, gets a little bump from Edgem, off the mark, and a foul called on Kentucky.
I think it might be Teague on the floor. But they are getting some opportunities right now.
Deron Lamb instead. I'm sorry. It was Lamb, and that's his third. See if there's a move made on the Kentucky bench. Not so far.
That's that same play they got the lob.
Yes.
Pretty nice play because you got the pin in for him for a three in the corner at the end of that.
How about the feed and a block, a hell ball. Possession arrow does go to Iowa State, and Royce White taps himself on the chest and says, my fault.
If you're a little bit indecisive, you're going to pay for it inside. Stay on the ground. Don't go or don't bite for the fakes.
Christopherson back outside. That was Davis's first block of the game.
They got a shot here, too. And your mention of Lamb with the fouls, this is really, and you can see the little shove. That's what the ref got. The earlier one. And John can't believe it at all. He didn't see the hand on him.
That's 4 on Lamb. And Christopherson is at the free throw line. One more.
Yeah, that takes a deep threat away from John Calipari, too.
On the floor now, Tyrus McGee, the junior from Stringtown, Oklahoma. Actually born and raised here in Louisville. They moved to Oklahoma when he was a 10-year-old. 48-44. Davis.
He doesn't leave him. Nice rebound, Gilchrist.
And a block underneath. Jones, no. Rebound, Cyclones.
And a lot of guys down on the deck there for Kentucky. They recover.
Royce White.
The piece. There's the block.
That's the second block for Davis. Here comes Teague.
Well, they come at you, don't they? Blow down that floor with great team speed. You can't relax. Such a presence on the defensive end. We mentioned the other night, Bill Russell in his heyday did these things, and I love how he keeps it in play frequently to start that run out. Solid.
Now that is one heck of a comparison.
Yeah, and it's high praise. I mean, he's got a long way to go. He's got a lot of rings to go. One of the greats of all time.
Anthony Davis. 2 blocks in this game, 166 for the year. So I guess I'm buying dinner. I took your wager.
That was a lock.
Listen, you're going to love the hamburger.
Where do you go? Usually number 3 igniting it.
And they have done that. Yes, here's Allen. Look at how Davis altered that shot. Tipped. Jones has it. Jones lost it. Terrence Jones out of Portland, Oregon.
John wants a foul on that particular play, but this is just a hustle play. Great effort by Jones, and the put down just loses control. My heart skipped a beat. I thought he was running right into us.
I thought so too.
I'd be all over.
Oh,
Nice
my
cut.
goodness, how about that?
How about look at him run the floor. He's off the rim.
Miller!
Well, Bill Russell's cackling someplace with me mentioning this, but this kid just pursues it just like guys pursue the 10 on a drive. I mean, he is thoroughly involved and sets up the money guy, I think, on that team. He knows he can drill him with the best of them. What a valuable sub. Good.
Iowa State had that great start to the second half, 13-4. And actually tied it up 42 all. Now Royce White on the bench. So it's Paulo. Beg your pardon. That was not Royce White. That was not Royce White.
Got to grab it. Got an open look. Well, they are really missing opportunities. Nice rebound.
Booker. Paulo. Floater.
That's what they need.
Yeah. You think Davis and Jones down there don't alter the nature of the game?
How about him with a 3-second violation by just looming with the arms straight up? And you know, Fred Hoiberg's seen a lot of great NBA players in his career. This kid, a bright future.
That's the first turnover of the half for Iowa State.
Royce just stands him up. You can see the strength of White. See how he holds on?
Oh, wow.
He can't move. He's like a rock.
Davis knew exactly where his teammate was. How about that find?
Unbelievable. Unselfish. Great feel. And guys cut and present themselves.
11:41 to go. All right, Greg, we'll quickly transition to Leslie Visser.
Vern, as you know, I'm sorry I didn't hear you. Kentucky's #1 fan is, of course, Ashley Judd. When she just came to sit down, she said, "I'm so glad Anthony Davis got a block." How do you see this game?
Well, give credit to Iowa State. They're absolutely making it a ball game. I think we've gotten up by 10 and 11 a couple of times, and they've chipped away at us. And obviously what stands out to me is we're getting outscored in the paint when we're playing Player of the Year in Jones and, probable Player of the Year in Davis and All-American Jones. And what I want to see is for Jones to take over. Our scoring is very balanced, but when TJ gets on fire, he's pretty unstoppable. And by the way, they've only had 3 assists for the whole game because it's all White. It's incredible. Incredible. Storyteller, old Coach Cal. I mean, I did ask him once about he just sort of milks that story. It's a great ball game and wonderful event. Glad to be here.
Thank you, Ashley. Back to you, Vern.
All right, thank you. And while the conversation was going on, Fred Hoiberg got teed up.
Well, Royce White, he felt got fouled on that turnover of his as he drove baseline, and you know, he has great self-control, so he was right there. So in his mind, that should have been called.
So a technical on Hoiberg. And a stare down taking place. Take a look at this.
The reach in and that Fred looking for the call. Because he's out of the coach's box, they're going to call it. We'll see if they can get his guys going again.
And the largest lead of the game now, 57-44. Touch last by Teague into the Iowa State ball.
And that's the end that they've got to get going. Make some stops, be productive on the offensive end. Ball screen, he likes to go right quite a bit.
Back to Chris Allen. They've just not hit the three-point shots at all. There's a foul
on the pass.
Yep. I think Kid Gilchrist That's his second. $16 fouls, so Allen will inbound.
They fake that lob there. They pin down. Well, they are really getting out on that three-point line.
Hooker, 2 of 16 now. 2 of 16, they average 8.8 made per game.
And underneath was that Boo-Boo, yeah, trying to pick up the charge. Paulo.
And if that's Boo-Boo, that's 5. It is on Paulo. So the sophomore from Ames, son of an Iowa State professor, will have to sit the rest of this one out. 57-44.
I think they're ready to play. Got to report in, though. Getting set defensively is so important against Kentucky. You want to be facing them. Don't let them turn the corner, get those angles to get to the rim. Then it becomes chaotic. Pick you apart, find the lobs. Look at this move. Nice play. Miller, how about him? He's tough. He's unhurled. 37% from 3.
6 of 10 from the field. Allen. Fade away. No. Tip. No.
Oh. Right with a foul on Miller straight. Talked about taking good shots with this Kentucky team. They share it, but the little bump and then the fade. Beautiful. And then from deep. This kid has some game. He is solid.
That is the 3rd foul on Royce White, and it's going to put the senior Darius Miller at the line. In the bonus now, Kentucky. Boy, they have gone on some run, have they not?
They sure have. They're so explosive.
It was 42 all.
That seemed like 2 minutes ago.
Yes.
Right?
A 20-2 run. All about preparation. They were set to force the tough challenge threes. Rebound Edgem and
Miller, I think, on the backside there, Vern.
Yeah, I think you're right. And we're now informed that they called a technical on Terrence Jones. And that brings a predictable reaction from the crowd. Seats 22,000 in here, and see if we can see what happens.
Oh, there, yeah. Jamie, that's one thing they've been instructed. Perfect behavior expected from all the players all the time.
So Christopherson at the free throw line.
Well, they needed these, huh? Don't give anybody freebies. This kid's a great shooter, too. 89.9 from the free throw line. They get the...
He gets 2.
They get the 1-on-1 now.
And that's going to put Edgem on the line, shooting 1-and-1. Edgem, the sophomore from Toronto.
Now, Jones is ultra competitive to it. I think they had a nice run going and didn't clean up the glass. I think he may have been more upset at himself, or maybe they didn't come up with a rebound.
Well, McGee's back on. Edgem shoots 1 more. Chris Babb on the bench.
Look, sneak it in.
second half, the winner here goes to Atlanta, where they will take on the Indiana Hoosiers.
We'll run into this match again. Good communication in the back. Cross screen.
Marcus Teague was the offensive story in the first half. Miller has been the story for Kentucky in this half. 3 on the shot clock.
You've got to get right up on him on that play. You know it's important. Too much space by Allen.
Nice feed. In and out. Miller's got the rebound for Kentucky.
All of those misses around the rim are Davis' presence. Nice loss. Got to run
Edge him. He had McGee, didn't quite see him. Christopherson's got the ball now. Under 9 to go. Nice feed, Royce White, and 1.
Christopherson really hung with that on that baseline drive. Going past the bigs and then the find.
We talked a little bit about Royce White's anxiety disorder for which he takes medication. He was telling Leslie Visser earlier that when he feels an attack coming on, it releases adrenaline in his body and he becomes exhausted and it affects his ability to fly. It's not so much a fear of flying as it is the exhaustion he fears will come. And as a result of that, his grandfather, Frank Martin, drove Royce White from Ames to Louisville for this game. He didn't want to take the chance on getting exhausted. There's his grandfather. Made the trip to Ames and drove here with him. He was also, Leslie mentioned at the half, recruited by Kentucky. Verbally committed to Kentucky when he decided to leave Minnesota, or they decided to let him go. Here's the jumper. Another one.
How about this team?
Wow.
Lamb deep. Everybody expected Iowa State to drill the threes. John mentioned the Leslie too. Nice drive by Christopherson. Mentioned at halftime that we can get 2s around the rim. We don't, we can make 3s.
Yeah.
We shoot a high percentage out there, 37%.
Well, they're just under 50 now, 8 of 17 tonight. And Iowa State has suffered dramatically.
Were they ready for this game? Simple dribble handoff. And I, for one, think on that play, you've got to trap it and then rotate the back on Davis's slip.
Royce White with another. Just to complete the story, John Calipari had a verbal commitment from Royce White to come to Lexington. But he felt the anxiety coming on, and he elected not to fly down here. He also had learned that he was and his girlfriend were about to become parents of a son. There's another one. It's a torrent of baskets.
Sky high emotionally. And they get the small change. Jones upset again. Be careful.
Cyclones and Wildcats were tied at 42, and it's been all Kentucky since then. Look at the assists and the three-point field goals.
Unbelievable. 26 baskets, 17 assists. You scramble, they make you pay. You just can't get enough coverage. And if I'm a big guy, I just love to see them draining these babies from deep, because I'm going to get some touches inside and decimate you that way. Great ball movement on Murray, and they're as good now as they were the last week of the last few games of the season. Then in the tournament, their SEC tournament, I didn't think they played as well.
Right.
They are back, and he's got them loose, rebound, run, get it up and down.
Royce White at the free throw line. He's 3 of 5 tonight, and this for a young man who's 49.5% for the season. He does have a rather high arc on the ball, doesn't he?
He didn't play in your church league, I know that. In the basement.
Nope. Missed twice. Marcus Teague, a career high of 20 points tonight. And he's accomplished that on 8 of 12 shooting from the field. Here's Davis.
White's played Davis well. And there's so many other people that beat you. He doesn't make mistakes when he gets the touch. We had the lob.
Teague.
How about this kid's game? Unbelievable. 22, Vern. But all good, nice cross and help.
And a steal at the other end. It's Teague all the way.
Woo. When they are out, they are out. Well, we always talk about the freshmen. At this point in the year, they're sophomores.
Yeah, you're right.
Because these kids have played all around the country.
And a foul is going to be called on Davis.
We can't believe he got the foul call. I just enjoyed chatting with he and Jones yesterday. Just the kid, unassuming, confident, but lack that offensive ego. And right here, he feels he just let him go.
Got it. Get coverage of the Division I women's basketball tournament at ncaa.com/Final Four. You know, this is the first time these two teams have played in 20 years. 1992, they met in the second round. Memorable because that, of course, and Kentucky won it 106-98, and that man you just saw, the head coach at Iowa State, played in that game as a freshman, scored 2 points, 8 rebounds, and he fouled out. And of course, Kentucky went to Philadelphia, where they in the regional semis they played UMass and John Calipari.
And
let's take you back 20. Fred Hoiberg. Only thing that's happened is the pants have gotten longer.
Well, if I'm Fred Hoiberg, I don't play Kentucky for another 20 years. And that's how good they are. From a ball boy to a star in his alma mater to the head coach, and has done just a great job the last 2 years ago. A lot of kids transfers. He just wanted because they're talented. Some people were saying it was the Ellis Island of college basketball.
Chris Allen is fouled. Hoiberg, an executive in the NBA after a 10-year career. Minnesota Timberwolves, came back home. Wife and family here. His wife Carol and the kids. He's got twin sons. And just you and I so taken with him during the 4 days we've spent here.
Yeah, he's such a natural guy, and you can see the dealings with his players. They're so comfortable with one another.
Chris Allen.
He's a keeper there, and he'll do some job, I think.
They came out for the practice yesterday afternoon, having just spent most of the night. Royce White's going to get a rest. Most of the night looking at game film. He walked over to talk with Bill and Leslie and me. And Bill said, well, what do you think? He took a big, heavy, deep sigh, and he said, where do you want to start?
What do you have to take away? Everything.
Yeah.
They have a lot of answers, this Kentucky team. And the biggest thing that jumps out is how they guard. And one thing about Cal, he knows this game. I mean, he is a taskmaster.
In and out for Christopherson. That kind of summarizes the way the evening is gone for Iowa State.
No hurry right now, Kentucky. At this point, they've sort of taken the will away.
Yeah.
They get it to the post nicely, don't they?
Foul is on Edgem.
Jones that time with a deep bend, begging.
Well, Terrence Jones will go to the line. Young man from Portland. Said he thought about the University of Washington. That was the only other serious contender to attract his playing abilities.
Well, you look at this team. North Carolina is on their game. They're a team that can be reckoned with. You know, Syracuse played very well today, obviously, with Christmas in the center spot without Melo. But this Kentucky team, if they continue to play this unselfish brand and guard, they are off. That first ring might be in sight for John Calipari.
Here comes Scott Christopherson. Chris Allen. And the long night continues for Chris Allen.
Nice. Look at this kid. Keep playing. Nice. Big rebound. And then the assist.
Chris Babb got his hand on that one.
And then the bang by Babb.
4:34 to go. And it would appear, barring something totally unforeseen here, that Kentucky is going to meet Indiana in Atlanta. And how often do you think you'll see Kristen Watford shot?
Quite a few times.
Between now and then.
Nice hustle. That's nice. Oh, the kid's going over to pick him up.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is just a rest. A nice play by White, too. Real sportsmanship. Ooh, he did bang his knee a little bit, I think, Davis.
And that's 5 fouls on Royce White.
And just at the end, a little shove and trip. That's what cost them. And that is an expensive somersault.
Well, Royce White, the sophomore, fouls out 23 points, just short of a double-double. He had 9 rebounds, and that will bring to a close a remarkable season for White.
And he is a player. So many things that he does on a basketball floor at his size and strength.
Third round continues tomorrow at noon Eastern on CBS. North Carolina State in Georgetown. Then at 5 p.m., TNT has the NCAA Infinity Tip-Off Show. 8 games across CBS, TNT, TBS, and True TV over 12 hours.
It'll be a fun day for us, huh? Hopefully you get home in time to see most of them.
I'll be in Colorado in the morning. Fade away, Christopherson.
I like Fred Hoiberg. He's still coaching, and these kids are still playing. That's all you can do. An onslaught by a very talented team. Shot the ball great.
Under 4 to go. Darius Miller, huge second half.
They're using a lot of clock. No hurry. To his left hand. That's tough. He is tough going over that right shoulder. That is a body, by the way. I know we both lack one, but that is some physique.
Why would you include me in that conversation?
Well, I didn't mean to offend you.
Okay. Chris Allen.
I'm not working with Charles Atlas, I know that.
That's profound. 3, Lamb.
Every open shot they seem to have made, huh? Nice hands. Everybody's still playing defense.
Percy Gibson gets the ball. Uh-oh.
Bunk that.
They got Chris Babb
from the rear, yeah.
2:55 to go.
And Dan.
Or Bill and Vern. But I can understand.
Oh, absolutely. Those guys do a great job all day long.
Indiana in the Sweet 16, first time since 2002. How about last night? Norfolk State and Lehigh, the winners. And we'll take you back. We asked how many times you're going to see this. Well, how about this three-pointer for Christian Watford? His time expired. And Kentucky fell to the Hoosiers, and they rushed the court. Well, they will meet each other, barring something totally extraordinary, next Friday in Atlanta.
How about that run that week? I think they beat Ohio State as well, Indiana.
Yeah.
Kentucky, we're right in that time frame anyhow. But this is a hot shooting, talented Kentucky team, and they're unselfish.
That's key, I think. You know, just the nature of the way they share the ball.
So, when you look at the point totals, nobody jumps out. 13 is the top. You know, the 14, I should say, with Anthony Davis, but everybody in the hunt, 9, 10, just sharing the wealth.
Allen cans that one. 2:45 remaining.
Well, the Love-In worked, huh? The Huggy Bear and...
I thought Huggy Bear was coaching at West Virginia.
It was like a Woodstock event.
It really was something to say. Calipari yesterday, he was effusive in his praise for Terrence Jones. And he said, I want you to, there we go, with the jumper off the mark, chased down in the corner by Chris Babb. And he stopped practice to say, you guys find out what he eats, how often he sleeps, what he wears, and you emulate it, okay? And then he ordered Deron Lamb to go over and give Terrence Jones a hug.
Now Jones is saying he didn't foul. I don't think he touched anybody on that particular play, but he jumped up.
Now we're about to wind this one up. And standing O for the crowd. Jones fouls out, 8 points and 11 rebounds. As we wind down here, a reminder that there are games continuing on both TBS and TNT.
And, to finish your thought on the Love-In, how about the positive nature of that workout? I mean, very uplifting, reinforcing things, but John had a
very quiet demeanor.
Very upside attitude the whole 2 hours or hour and a half.
Edgem at the line. And, of course, Murray State got knocked out today. They join Western Kentucky as Kentucky teams who started the tournament now on the sidelines. But the host team at this site, Louisville, is playing out in Portland. And that game is available to you on TBS.
Keep scrapping. I love it.
Gibson. And he'll shoot a free throw as Davis gets called for the foul.
Now, when you have kids playing like this, I mean, that's got to make you feel good. You're on that sideline, Fred and his assistants. It's, it's tough. You've taken a major shot from a talented team, and you just can't keep getting in a hole like they did.
(85-71). Seconds remaining.
What they're doing right now, Vern, I like. You keep moving, and even though you're using the clock, you're in a flow. You're not standing. Look at all that action inside. Cross screens, Exon,
Lamb, Davis.
I think he'd like to take a three at some point.
Teague.
1 second.
1 second left on the shot clock. 66 seconds left in the game.
Percy Gibson just put that chest. They stopped the play so he doesn't foul Davis. No goal.
No, waved it off.
Waved it off. Well, they got to do a better job on their 1 second plays.
That's awful.
I'll tell you what, I'd have them running steps.
Oh, my goodness. Well, edge him with a little flying elbow.
They challenge everything, don't they?
1 minute to go. Miller says, put it in Davis's hands. You've seen a pretty good example of why Kentucky was the top seed.
They can do it all.
Underneath, Kid Gilchrist. This game was tied at 42 as Iowa State came out on a 13-4 run. Long rebound, Teague, final 20 seconds to go. Final 10 seconds. A 16-point Wildcat win.
Impressive for quite.
Yep. Kentucky, Indiana next Friday in Atlanta. And congratulations from the Kentucky coach to Royce White, the star of the Iowa State team, whose bid to advance to the Sweet 16 comes to an end. Well, quite a week for all of us here in Louisville, Kentucky, the Queen City on the banks of the Ohio. In our first game today, it was Marquette, the third seed, advancing and winning, and of course Kentucky just won. We will send you to our studio after these messages. Kentucky goes on.